Hello everyone, welcome to Miss Lee's class. So finally, we started a new school year and starting a new math class called Foundation and Pre-Calculus of Mathematics 10. So today, we're going to start a new chapter called Trigonometry. Okay, so before we start, I'm going to briefly go over the chapter outline. So there will be 5 lessons total. So you're going to have 5 face-to-face classes and then you're going to go online, right? So we're going to do 4 face-to-face classes. So we already did like a first class. So we did a review, and we're going to do 4 more offline classes, and you're going to continue learning trigonometry at home online. So this shouldn't be offline, this is online. All right, so I'm going to upload the lesson videos, so video lessons. I'm going to upload all the videos, all the recording online on Teams. So at home, I want you to watch the video and do your assignment. So every day you have assignment. So assignments are sometimes in workbook, sometimes from worksheets, right? So today you're going to solve some workbook problems and worksheets. I'm going to give you guys the worksheet later. Alright, and the worksheet will be uploaded online in the file tab. Alright, if you miss the class and if you don't have the worksheet, you can just simply print out the worksheet at home. If you don't have a printer, so you can just have a blank paper and try to copy down the questions. Alright. Okay, so today, we're going to do 2 sections, 2.0, Introduction to Trigonometry, and 2.1, the tangent ratio. So this is not an easy concept, and since we're doing 2 sections, you guys have to stay focused at all times. All right, everyone? Okay, let's get started. I want you to move to 2.0. So open your lesson notes and open 2.0. Introduction to Trigonometry. All right, everyone. Have you heard the word trigonometry? Some of you guys might heard it before. Some of you guys might not. So trigonometry, the word trigonometry comes from Greek words. Tres means 3, gonia means angle, metron means measure. So it's basically 3-angle measure. So in this unit, we'll be using sine, cosine, tangent button in your calculator to solve trigonometry ratio problems. Okay, so angles in trigonometry will be labeled with a Greek letter like alpha, beta, gamma, and theta. So here, this is the angle. So we use theta for this angle, all right? And vertex is a corner of a triangle. So vertices, this is plural of vertex. So A, B, C. So we use capital letters for vertices. All right, everyone? Okay, so we learned how to label the components of triangle. Okay, let's move on. Okay, look at this, right triangle ratio. So when you have a right triangle, each side has a special name, right? So we're gonna learn that names. Look at this angle. So we are going to label this angle as theta, and we'll be thinking of all the sides based on this angle theta. Alright, everyone? So we have theta here, and this side is opposite to theta, right? It is facing the angle theta, so we call it opposite. So we call this side opposite side. And again, we have theta, and this side is attached to theta. It is adjacent side. Okay, so this side is called adjacent, and this side is opposite. Okay, then some of you guys might ask me, Miss Lee, this side is also attaching to this angle theta. But what do we call this? Can we call this one adjacent? No, we don't call this side adjacent, because this is special side, because it's the longest one. So if you look at adjacent and opposite, both are shorter than this side, right? So we call this side, the longest side, hypotenuse, right? The longest side is always facing the right angle. So if it is opposite to the right angle, then that is the longest side, and that is called hypotenuse. Make sense, everyone? Okay, so we learned the name of each side. All right, let's practice this, everyone. So we have angle theta here. So we're going to think based on this theta. All right. So if you look at AB is opposite. AB is facing this angle theta. So we call this, what do we call? Opposite side. So this is the opposite side. And this side is facing right angle, and this is the longest side. So we call it hypotenuse. So this is hypotenuse. And look at this. This is adjacent. This is attaching to the angle theta. So we call it adjacent. Okay? So this is how you name each side. Does everyone understand this? Okay, let's move on. And now we're going to learn the ratio called sine theta, cosine theta, and tangent theta. Okay, sine theta is the ratio of opposite over hypotenuse. So opposite divided by hypotenuse is the ratio of sine theta. Okay, what about cosine theta? The value of cosine theta is adjacent divided by hypotenuse. So adjacent divided by hypotenuse. And tangent is opposite over adjacent. Okay? So those are 3 different ratios, and you guys have to memorize this. So there's an easy way to memorize this formula, right? So we're going to take S from here, O from here, H from here, C from here, A from here, H from here, T, O, A. So SOHCAHTOA. So remember SOHCAHTOA. Alright? So to memorize this formula, I want you to remember SOHCAHTOA. So does everyone understand this? So let's go to the example problem and solve this together. Okay, sine theta. Sine theta is, everyone, SOHCAHTOA. So S is O over H, opposite over H. So we have opposite, which is 3 meters here, and hypotenuse, which is 5 meters here. So that will be 3 over 5. So sine theta is 3 over 5. Cosine theta, we know, so ka, A over H. So adjacent over hypotenuse. Adjacent is 4, hypotenuse is 5. So we say that is 4 over 5. Okay, tangent. Tangent theta. Tangent is TOA, SOHCAHTOA. So opposite over adjacent. So opposite is 3, adjacent is 4. So 3 over 4 is tangent theta. So this is how you find trigonometry ratios. Alright, let's move to the next question. Okay, example, identify the opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse relative to angle C. So we're going to use angle C to solve the problem. So we're going to think everything based on angle C. So the perspective of angle C. Alright, so angle C, this is this side AB is opposite to this angle, right? So we say this is opposite, and this is facing to the right angle, which is the longest side. So we call it hypotenuse, and this is adjacent to the angle, so we call it adjacent. All right? Okay, so we just identified each side related to angle C. Okay, let's find the ratio as a fraction and decimals for each triangle. Okay, so we're going to find the trigonometry ratio. So let's start with sine. So, sine. Opposite over hypotenuse. Sine C is opposite over hypotenuse. So opposite, everyone, is 36. Hypotenuse is 45. So 36 over 45, right? And let's reduce the fraction. So we're going to divide both number by 9. So 4 over 5. So if you change this to a decimal, that is 0.8. So use your calculator to calculate this. And cosine C, ka, that is adjacent over hypotenuse. Adjacent is 27. Hypotenuse is 45. And that is 3, if you divide both number by 9, 3 over 5. Let's change this to a decimal, that is 0.6. Tangent C. TOA, opposite over adjacent. Opposite is 36. Adjacent is 27. Okay, so let's divide both sides by 9. 4 over 3. If you change this to a decimal, that will be 1.3 repeating. Okay, so this is how you find sine, cosine, and tangent ratios using SOHCAHTOA. So just remember, you guys must remember SOHCAHTOA. Alright? Okay, let's move on. So we just finished 2.0. Right? So I want you to pause the video and start doing your first assignment here. Workbook, page 61, from number 1 to 11. So open your workbook, page 61, and start solving the problems. So we're going to continue doing 2.1 soon.